Hey guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to the channel, and today number 9 of the 12 days of Christmas. So today we're gonna start by choosing, as always, a prompt here from the little jar, and let's see what project we're gonna be working on for today. The project for yesterday was really challenging for me, so hoping for something easy today. So let's see what we got. So we have holly. So we have holly, and that is gonna go over here. We're getting close. We are getting closer and closer. And so holly, let's go ahead and see what project we can make today. Okay, so for holly, I had to actually do a little bit of digging in my stash and come up with an idea. So I found this collection here. This one is called Christmas Vibes by Chavela. I think we used this one already, but I have some holly on some of the images. Same thing over here. I mean, they're just gonna sprinkle around the collection, and I think that is what I'm gonna be using. And I don't have a lot of this paper, but one of the things I've been wanting to do is to kind of go over and use all of my stash for this series. So there's some holly over here too, and this collection is just so pretty. It has a lot of like cocoa mugs and candy things. So I think what I want to do is a little recipe book folio or recipe folio. Super quick and easy project. So let's get to it. So I'm gonna be using heavyweight cardstock. I'm gonna be using black, and let's just start working on these. And so I am going to just kind of create a quick little base for this folio, and because I want this to be kind of like a recipe, dessert recipe for Christmas, like all these fun recipes I've been seeing on magazines, it will be a fun place to kind of put all of those cutouts or printouts that I'm doing from the internet and have them all in one place, so we can start a little collection of desserts for Christmas. I'm excited this year to be trying so many new recipes. Like I tried a raspberry pound cake with some chocolate. I mean, I've tried a couple new things, and I've been very happy baking. So that is also part of the inspiration for this project. So I'm going to start with a piece of 8.5 by 11 heavyweight cardstock, and I'm just going to score here at 1, at 2, and then I'm going to score at 8.25, and I'm going to score at 9.25. And typically I will score at 10.25, but I think I'm just gonna leave that space here. So I'm going to fold along the score lines. Okay, and just fold these two sides, and then on these two sections we're gonna glue the covers for this folio. Excuse my voice, I have been dealing with this cold, and it's not going away fully, it's just lingering there. And so I'm going to cut one piece at 8.5 by 6.25, and I'm going to glue this one on the left side. Okay, so I'm just adding glue on the side here, and whoopsies, we're gonna put these right there on the side, and I'm just going to press down. Okay, and then for the other side I'm just gonna cut a piece that is going to be maybe about 5 inches. Okay, so 5 by 8.5, and we're going to glue this on on this side right there, and just press down. For the center, I'm going to cut one piece at 6 by 9.5, and I'm going to score this piece here at 4.25 and at 8.5, and I'm going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so fold and fold, and I'm going to put this piece right at the center here on along the top. Okay, so we're just gonna add the glue and add this right there at the center. Okay, so now let's put this to the side, and I'm going to cut one piece. This is going to be also 6. This is going to be by 8.5. Okay, we're gonna cut a piece that's going to be 9 by 8.5, and we are going to score this piece here along the 9 inches. We're going to score at 1, 1.5, then we're going to score at 7.5 and at 8, and then along the 8.5 we're going to score at 1 and at 1.5. We are going to cut these corners, all of the score lines here. Okay, so we're going to take all of these out, and we're going to take all of these out. Okay, and we are going to fold along the score lines, and this is going to be a dimensional pocket. Okay, so fold, 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 and fold, and then we're just going to glue these two sides like that to close the pocket. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold this, make sure it's a nice angle right there, and then we're going to do the same over here. So we're just going to hold these. Okay, and now this whole piece we are going to put on top of our 6 by 8.5, and we're gonna glue this right on top there. Okay, so I'm gonna add more glue here. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it back. We're just gonna add the glue. Okay, and glue. And I am going to put this right there. Okay, so press down. Make sure you have this right on the top, and then just gonna press down, and that is going to be our first dimensional pocket. And then I'm going to add another one. So for the second pocket, I am also going to cut a piece. This one is going to be 9 by 6.5. Okay, and we're going to score just like we did the other one. So along the 9 we're going to score at 1 and 1.5 and 7.5 and 8, and along the 6.5 we're going to score at 1 and at 1.5, And we're going to take out also the corners here. Okay, take those out. And we're going to make another dimensional pocket. So we're just going to fold, and fold and fold. Okay, and now we're going to glue the sides. Okay, so we're just gonna hold that, hope it dries, and then I'm going to do the other side. Okay, so we're gonna hold the corners just like that, and then we are going to add this dimensional pocket on top of the other one right here. Okay, so I'm going to add my glue and add the glue, and we're gonna put this right there. Okay, so we're just gonna push down and we're going to let this dry here for a minute. I'm gonna put this to the side, and in the meantime I'm going to cut a piece, or I'm gonna use one of these leftovers, and I'm gonna cut this at 7. Oh, actually, let's do here 3.5. Or let's do 4. So we're gonna do 4 by 7, and we are going to score along the 7 inches. We're going to do half and 6.5, and along the 4 we're gonna do half. Okay, and we're going to cut the corners. This is going to be also a pocket. Okay, so this is going to be a flat pocket, just like that. And I'm going to put this pocket here at the center. Okay, so on the inside of your folio, I'm going to add my glue here. Okay, so add the glue, and then we're going to place these right there and press down. Press down. Okay, and then this is going to be an easel card, like an easel stand for your recipe pockets. But because that is going to be a little bit heavy, I'm going to make this a little bit thicker. So I'm going to add another piece here, and I'm going to cut this one at 6 by 4. 6 by 4, and just simply score at 1/2 inch along the 4 inches. Okay, and fold, and then I'm going to put this piece along the top of the pocket. Okay, so here's the pocket, and I'm just gonna place this along the top. Okay, and I'm just building a little bit of bulk so it can hold my easel. Okay, so press down and press down. Okay, so now this is gonna open, so you have a little optional place, and then this is gonna really hold my easel in place. So now we're ready to glue this down. So I'm going to close this flat, And we're gonna add glue on this section. So let's add glue here. And these dimensional pockets are just gonna go right on top of that. Okay, so let's just press down, and I'm just gonna make sure this is glued here. And there you go. And now this will close like this. And then this one is gonna close here on top. And that is gonna be our recipe folio. So it's gonna open and open. You have your dimensional pockets to put your recipes. And then this is gonna be an easel opening here, so you can kind of have your things on display. Now also, to avoid this from like sliding down, you can put a little bit of something with volume, like pearls or something a little bit thick. Not too thick though, because you want to make sure this closes also. But yeah, that is gonna be the quick folio. And now we're just gonna add some of our paper and decorate these. Now I do anticipate these to get a little bit probably thicker or bulkier. So instead of adding magnets, I am going to be using some Velcro on top of the paper, so that way this could be adjusted, because if it becomes too bulky, the magnets won't work. But the Velcro, you can always adjust a little bit more. So let's add the paper.
Lines are busting out the door, Christmas songs in every store. Can't stand to hear one more, please won't you make it stop. Snow is piled 5 feet high, dog ate the pecan pie. Hurry up, store-bought is fine, Christmas time again. They say it's so pretty, that time in New York City. I say cold and gritty, packed in like sardines. Got a flat on the interstate, Mama warned me don't be late. Pretty please save me a plate, Christmas time again. Uncle Eddie's new friend Jane,
Sister's back with what's his name,
all together once again.
and once a year is plenty.
Laughter bouncing off the wall,
Hear the cackle down the hall, too loud to think at all, Christmas time again.
here come the holidays, so
Save up a whole month's pay and
spend it on a one-night stay with a view of Rockefeller, racing for the icy weather.
bake the cookies, knit the sweater, stand in line, wait forever, Christmas time again. If December's got you down, take the time and look around. You will find there's love abound, Christmas time again.
And so here it is. Here's a super quick and easy recipe folio. And let's go ahead and take a look inside. First, I have the beautiful paper from this collection that inspired me to make this into a recipe book. It's mainly going to be for sweets, for desserts, or for, you know, like comfort baking, mainly a baking recipe book. And here is the holly, which was the challenge. Here's some more of that. It's, I hope they're hollies and not cranberries. Some might be, but that's okay. And then when we open this up over here, we have our double pocket for you to add all of your recipes, especially magazine cutouts, maybe printable pieces, or you can just get a recipe index card and just write down your secrets and put them in here. And this is also an easel because I want to have something that will be very easy to kind of put on the side, maybe not on the counter but on the side table, and you can just pick and choose your recipes and kind of have easy access to all of that. And then over here we also have this pocket here where you can also use these to add some of your secret recipes, and then this opens up like that. And I just love that this is a beautiful display for all of those recipes that you are collecting. So I hope that you guys enjoy this quick and easy tutorial. I hope that you enjoy the project for today. Make sure to leave a comment, leave a like, and also make sure to go visit Debbie to see what project she has prepared for you. And I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.
Lines are busting out the door. Christmas songs in every store.